And this is Trekland HQ version 2. And we are live. Yes. Today with guests, David J. Harvey and Brian, mix of the Galileo 7 shuttlecraft Hangar deck crowdfund campaign. Today on Trekland Tuesdays Live with me, Dr. Trek. Yes, it's number 439. Coming at you here from the heart of Trekland through Portal 47 and all things Star Trek, including the Trekland Treks location tours here when you're in SoCal, California. It's your customized away day for your own unique away mission. And one of the homes for this year, don't miss out, Exploring Trek Sites Hollywood to Vegas, the week before Vegas Con with Geek Nation Tours. Check that out. Yes. And in general, Trekland Tuesdays Live, your home for some sanity, clarity, and a bigger picture in all things Star Trek. Hey, everybody. Let me get the chat flowing here because we've got a guest day. In fact, it's going to be a very guesty month here for TTL. And when we have guests, you know, we're pretty much on time, which is a thing. So hello to everybody around the world that's popping in. Now, this is why I have since 2017 done Trekland Tuesdays Live from this time of day, so we can have a lot of our foreign fans around, our non-US fans around. People are popping in. So please, if you know the score, jump in. And if you're new to Trekland Tuesdays Live, that's awesome. Please, hey, you are free to lurk there in the chat, but it's great when you can let us know where you're coming from. How's the weather? How's the trek where you are? Yeah, let us know where it's coming from. Now, this is a guest day, so part of this is going to be the same. As always, if you're coming to us from YouTube, which should be working today, guys. We had the issue last week, but yes, we show green on YouTube today. YouTube is where not only you will see all the comments from all the platforms. Unlike Facebook, you're only going to see Facebook. So come over to YouTube. And while you're there, please like and subscribe and ring the bell and do all the things. I'm partly monetized on YouTube. So if you see fit to throw us a super chat question, I'll try to get to that one earlier. And we'll make sure to, because aside from my little Patreon, that's how we're monetizing the online portion of Trekland anyway. So yeah. And look, if you are watching us live later, if you're watching us later on YouTube, hey, keep the conversation going. You can jump in, leave a comment. I would love for you to, again, ring the bell, do the subscription, do all the things. And maybe you can join us live on a Tuesday some week when you're off work, when you've got, I know, it's in the Americas, it's middle of the weekday, sure thing. 1-ish Pacific, 4-ish Eastern, all of that. But if you can, sometime it'd be great for you to join us here on my YouTubes, on my channels. So, yes, come in on YouTube if you can with the comments. Now, it's a guest day, so I'm not going to do my soapbox and then hit the chat. We'll try to dive in. We'll get rolling with our guests, and then we'll look at the chat as we go along, gang. So it'll be a little bit different that way. So feel free. If you want to hold back after 5 or 10 minutes or so with questions, please do. But if the mood strikes you, go ahead and bop in, obviously. Okay. So without further ado, let's get on with this. It's kind of cool because I say this all the time. Lots of fans, lots of professionals, lots of professional fans, and lots of fan professionals around the world of Star Trek have all kinds of wonderful projects or books or what have you. And that's what I love here on TTL. This of all my shows is perfect for that. But sometimes we're not there at the beginning, timing or schedules and all that get in the way. And a lot of times people launch a program like a crowdfunder, and I say, well, I can't help you before, but you're always going to need, after the hoopla of the launch, you're going to need somebody rounding the far turn and coming in toward the end. So that's what we're doing today. So let me bring these guys in. If you haven't heard about it, you should. The Hangar deck, or the protective cover for, the storied Galileo shuttlecraft. Well, let's get them in here. Everybody, David and Brian. Hey guys.
Hey.
You guys are all up in and around Ticonderoga. Where are you coming from?
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, up near Scranton,
okay,
and located there. Brian?
I'm in Maryland, just about 10 miles north of DC.
Okay. So from where I am, might as well be. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Might as well be New
Very-
England.
We can drive to Ticonderoga. You cannot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could, but
So this is in a world where people are, and we're about to be focused with 6 months of not fresh Trek. So this is great. Although just to throw a little focus on it here, and something I've not done before, but I'm gonna do it the first time. Let's look at the page if I can do this. Whoops, there. Now we're talking about a crowdfunder. You're on. Oh, that's the wrong
screen.
Wrong screen. Sorry, gang. It was so okay. Oh, that's why. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You shift one little thing. There we go. There we go. So yes, the Galileo that people are saying, wait, wasn't it just restored? But it was, we were saying 14 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's been a gypsy, we were saying. And what you all are doing is, yes, it's been in Ticonderoga. Yes, it's been up by Star Trek The Tour, but it hasn't been on display because it's awaiting its own hangar deck.
That's right.
That's exactly right. It was at NASA for a long time. It was shipped off to an aircraft carrier, and I always forget I always say the name wrong. Not the Ticonderoga. Which aircraft carrier was it?
The Intrepid?
Intrepid. Then it went back to NASA. NASA changed administrators and didn't have a real good place to put it because they wanted to display real spaceships. So it was put into storage, and luckily Adam Schneider, who's on the board at NASA there for their outreach programs, outreached to James Cawley and Ticonderoga and said, can you guys find a place for this? And James said yes, even though he didn't really have a place for it. So we could get our hands on it. And it's been in storage in Ticonderoga for a few years. And now we're building a building to put it on display permanently.
Yeah. And as I'm showing here, and then I want to get back to us. I was talking about not being here at the start of your launch, but maybe getting it over the finish line here. In good news, you didn't need me, obviously, or look, you guys got there on your own, but you're doing stretch. So people look at this and go, well, you made your goal.
Actually, if you can scroll down just a little bit on that page, do you have control of that page? Can you scroll down there? There you go. You can see our little Galileo ship flying along on our stretch goals.
There we go.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, so we met our target to build a building quickly, which was fantastic. We're all thrilled about that, but that was an empty shell. So the next goal was to build the inside of the building. We have a couple designers, Darren Dockerman and Doug Drexler, who are Star Trek designers, designing the inside of the building for us. But we have to build the inside of the building, and that's lights and that's sound, and that's a lot of plywood and paint and things to make it look like Star Trek. The interesting part about that is we're building a part of the interior of the ship that no one's ever seen.
Shuttle bay observation deck.
Shuttle bay observation. We're getting there. There's the observation deck.
Boom.
One of our first stretch goals was to build the observation deck, which they showed on Star Trek, but Kirk points down the window and goes, there's our shuttlecraft, but they couldn't afford the shot. So they never show you what was down that window.
Right.
So we're building, there's a hallway from the actual set tour today to the new building where the shuttlecraft is going to be. And through that hallway will be this observation deck. And we're going to have our designers design an interactive window you can look through and see the shuttle bay operations going on before you walk into our shuttle bay or our shuttle storage. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to call it yet. We couldn't build a full-size shuttle bay. That'd be the size of a football field. So this is like an annex or a pre-launch shuttle bay is what we're going to be building.
Oh, okay. Oh, even authentic in the lining. I want to get it back to us. I'm going to say, so this is awesome that that you had $100,000 goal. You've more 2.5 times that, which is awesome.
Yep.
You've got 4 days to go here. Lots of supporters. So obviously you've got stretch goals coming. And you've blown through some of them. So
that one there is the last stretch goal that we're stretching for, and that is to make the back wall a video wall or like a volume wall they use on in film shoots now. So we can take the shuttle to the real shuttle bay, to another planet, fly it in space. So they're not cheap, and that's why we're still stretching some more. We've got a week to go to maybe try to hit that goal to get the video wall behind the shuttle.
Well, and you've blasted through so many others just past your basics. That's cool. Back when you've gotten your pin and all.
Yeah.
Of course, Matt Jeffries' original designs here.
That Matt Jeffries design you just scrolled past there. There's an actual piece of the Galileo shuttle in that plaque. That's one
right. Sorry,
one of our incentives is that little gray piece there. We have a little strip that we removed during our reconstruction, and we're going to be using that as a promotion for folks who donate to give them a plaque.
Right. Some of the plywood that was I held some of that year. So years ago, Gene was at Trek Vegas and with his book, and I've got a video of him. So I don't think I ever posted it. I need to get that out. This is cool.
Yes.
People have their names on very Trekish.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
We there's a wall of fame, and it's a great pledge level that I think is amazing. It's $500, but you're permanently on the wall forever there, and you're getting a package of rewards. And so anytime you'd come to the Star Trek tour, you can point out your name, or if someone else you know goes there, they can see your name. It's a great level, and a good one for people to pick out who might want to memorialize themselves. And we've had people memorialize other people on there, friends who passed away and things like that.
Right. Well, it's just the whole site. You've got history of the Galileo here. We could even talk about that. This is what, when I was a kid, this is what state of fandom was, the Galileo shuttled around like the unwanted, the unwanted orphan. Yeah. Until the restoration 10 years ago. Now I see these pictures with the nacelles off, the pylons off. That's just for storage and transport. It's fully there. And here's you guys at work.
Yeah, the nacelles make it wide enough that you can't transport it on a highway. It's too wide, so they have to take them off to transport it on a truck to get it anywhere. Yeah, and it takes a crane to pick it up. And
this second shot is the way it was at Houston when it was right. Yes,
correct.
Well, again, this is let me get back to us. The sad thing about this is, as amazing as it sounds. Oops, let's not do that twice. Boom, there we go. The 11-footer went through this fate. As far as the political winds, political as in not political, but the politics of interpretation and museum philosophy. Yeah, the Smithsonian. Now we've done this on the Trek Files. Lots of people have had the original. Smithsonian was far-sighted enough to ask for the 11-foot Enterprise and the shuttlecraft filming model and the Klingon back when Paramount didn't care so much about it, or it was seen as a PR tool because anything they did in the future, they didn't think about it as an asset. And the Smithsonian's had it and originally displayed over the years in prime spots in the 70s and the 80s. And then you get to the 90s and the pendulum swings. And people say, this is, you get that battle between, as you mentioned, this was real spacecraft, real aeronautics, and, this was just Hollywood. Right. And people going back and forth between, this is a place to honor the actual craft versus this is a place to honor the inspiration and the imagination that led to the real craft. We wouldn't have gotten to A as well as we did without B. And that's happened with the Galileo. And now we've swung back. Thank you, Margaret Heidkamp, for having it back in a prime location at the Smithsonian, right? And restored. 10 years now, 12 years. But that's happened with the Galileo. And part of it was small enough individual people could own it over those years. And I remember seeing a story about it, and it just looked sadder and sadder. Good intentioned people, and then finally, and you mentioned Adam leading the restoration effort. Right.
Yeah, amazing.
And Houston, but now that fate has befallen it at Houston, where it was down in the cafeteria and out of sight and squeezed. Yeah. And so, yay on James and yay on.
The problem is, over the years, there's been lots of people could own it, but nobody had a place to put it. It won't fit in a 1-car garage. I mean, if you had a 2-car garage, maybe you could get it in there if it took up all the space. And where do you put it? It's like,
Yeah.
which is the same problem in Ticonderoga. Where, the building is full of Star Trek sets. So where do you put it? Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
that
and
was
money,
this.
money is a thing too. I mean, it costs, and the more deteriorated it got, the more money it was going to take to bring it back. Yeah.
Yeah, and James Cawley had tried a number of ways to look at space in town, and nothing worked or things fell through, and that's when Brian and I had this idea of the Kickstarter campaign that we approached him on, and things started clicking. Yeah. And,
so let's refresh, because a lot of this has flowed kind of quickly, especially since the pandemic. It seemed like it was kind of the ending days, like 22, 23, when James gave it a home up north.
Right. And the building next door that he was supposed to take over, it was going to be, the bank was going to take possession of the building and sell it to James, and COVID hit, and you couldn't repossess buildings during COVID. And in the meantime, the ceiling collapsed. And so it became untenable to do anything in that building. And that was the kind of luck James was having right around that period.
Yeah. And, the thing is, too, I like to call the Star Trek studio tour, and is sort of like the little engine that could. I mean, James started it out of dreams, and then it became a little more, and a lot of people pitching together. And, no one there is millionaires doing this. This is a lot of different people contributing, and James's particular push on it, and his vision and creativity. It didn't come from millions of dollars. Yeah. So this was a difficult thing to figure out how to pull off. And it was difficult to find the space there because of property and easements and commercial stuff. James worked really hard to find and to get space where we could put the building in front. And then we were able to get a plan and then get going. Yeah.
Well, how did you guys individually get started with the set tour, James's project, which it became licensed? And then, I mean, you were there already, and then jumped into I'm sorry, guys, I'm a TOS purist. I keep calling it the hangar deck, or the hangar deck wannabe, or something.
That's okay. We don't have a name for it yet either,
okay.
So that's fine.
Yeah. But I mean, if we get the video wall, it will look like the hangar deck.
Yeah.
And so that's what we want.
I only mean Shuttle Bay is obviously a 24th century term. It's like landing party versus away team. Come on, get the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the great thing is, too, I think they had on a sign on the original series, I think it's spelled wrong with an E, It's great, But
a little black plastic name plaque.
Yeah, I started there before Brian, back around 2016. I came to the second Trekland, and then started volunteering and helping with some of the things there. And then I started coming up with some ideas for things I wanted to do there, and started having fun doing it. Like, I decided I wanted there to be a hidden Tantalus field in the captain's quarters, and because you need one,
Yeah.
And so it just started becoming a thing where I enjoyed making fun stuff like that, and being involved. And then Brian started working with us there a couple of years later, and we jumped in on a big project together, a big one.
Yeah, it was the same story with me. I was a fan. I went to the first William Shatner event there in Ticonderoga, and that was amazing. And James was building a Batmobile, and he needed a Bat computer, because you got to have a Bat computer if you have a Batmobile. Well, the Bat computer is the same as the bridge computer from Lost in Space, which I have built. So I offered to build him one, and I built him one. He says, well, you're good at electronics. Can you do this electronics? And then I met Dave, and he's like, well, as long as you're doing electronics, let's make the transporter work. And it won't work. It doesn't actually work, but
it works pretty well. Yeah.
It walks, it talks.
So if you go ahead, Dave.
We made it into this synchronous thing. We have a data cable running from the transporter console out to the pad, and synchronized all the lights and the sound, and it's actually pretty sweet. You run the controls on the console, and it runs a whole transporter sequence. And that was a big project that the two of us first collaborated on, and we had a gas doing it. It was challenging, but it was really fun. Yeah.
And that's all just been the last
2 years,
4 years,
maybe
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
3 years. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got the Galileo in Ticonderoga, but no place to display it. It's been out of
Right.
sight.
It's
been in storage.
It's in a workshop space right now. Well,
Mhm.
we're polishing it up to move into the new spot, but we're going to build a building that's attached to the set tour to store the Galileo in.
So how
in
did
this part.
that become your baby? Did you just step forward and everybody else moved back a step and you were left out in front of the line?
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is I think that it was this idea that Brian and I had of doing a Kickstarter, and that was our idea. And we've known James quite a while now, and we work really well with him. And he was like, all right, if you want to do it, let's do it. And we made a decision to run it separately. We're running this in concert with him, but it's our baby to run this. He has a lot to deal with, and not really the bandwidth either, I think, in the midst of some huge projects. So we felt very strongly, right, Brian, about the Galileo and the tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's the largest remaining prop from the show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's what, 3 or 4 phasers, and there's a dozen communicators and 3 or 4 tricorders. There's one Galileo.
Yeah.
And it's the only one, and it belongs in Ticonderoga. I like to say the shuttle's been waiting for us to build this building for it, because it's finally going to land and stay there.
Yeah, and it would be the ultimate fall down. For all those years, the Galileo was looking for a home. A lot of eager people who just didn't have the means or the money to restore it, and then it finally, after nearly 50 years, gets restored. The last thing you want is for all that work, that pinnacle, to go for naught, right? So it needs a home to protect the investment that was made to finally get it restored itself, and then to do it upright. So
yeah, and it's still owned by Space Center Houston, and we've been in concert with Adam Schneider very closely on this whole process, who's been amazing, not only to save it and restore it, which he did, but to also be with us in this step of all of this in lockstep, and he'll be at the dedication. We have a dedication ceremony the weekend of September 19th that we will be.
That's what I was going to ask. So tell us about the scope. It may have been on the page, but tell us about what's the, like, this is a building from scratch, and it's going to try to be as accurate. Like you said, it's going to be modified, obviously. We
were able to get the concrete pad poured before it froze over in Ticonderoga. So March 20th, actually, the Kickstarter is going. So on March 20th, the contractor starts building the building. So it's going up, and we just have to wait for it to finish so we can build the inside.
So what does the outside look like? Is it going to be just nondescript?
It's going to look a lot like a barn. Yeah.
Well, it'll fit in with the rest of the studio tour. Has some exterior red metal. It's going to be using the same exterior look, and it is going to jut out from the front of it into the parking lot on the left if you were going in.
It'll look like someone built a giant garage next door.
It's like we built a giant garage.
Garage, yeah.
Which is what it is.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the outside of the set tour is a grocery store.
Was a grocery store.
Because that's what it was. So
and James has done a lot with that, neon and etc. And I'm sure he'll want to do some things to make this spiffy too. But for all intents and purposes, it's a box that we need to make on the inside, and we were very lucky. Everybody's responded well, and we could go ahead and have the contractor start going March 20th and make the building. And then the idea is the building itself should be done like around 1st of June, where the building's done. And then we're going to have the summer to be able to fit it with the look of an interior of hangar deck, shuttle, whatever it is. That's up to Darren Dockerman and Doug Drexler volunteering to help.
Awesome.
And
so
then
go ahead.
We're going to be moving the shuttle in September, probably late August, early September, and that's going to be an exciting day because We're just going to roll it right down the street.
Yeah.
The workshop it's in is at one end of Main Street, and the Ticonderoga exhibit is at the other end of Main Street. We're going to roll it right down Main Street and into its
Yeah, that'll be fun. We'll go on a little run. Yeah.
A smaller version of when they landed the shuttle for LA and they took it through the streets of LA.
Just like that.
Yes,
just like that.
You should, you should have a whole documentary crew, filming.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
On the sidewalk waving, the whole
and then Galileo weekend in September 18, 19, 20, I think it is. The George Sakai and George and Walter Koenig are coming out to help us rechristen the ship. And Bijo Trimble's going to be there as well. And like I said, they're going to break a fake bottle on our fake spaceship.
Yeah.
Bijo's coming out. That's awesome.
Yep. So we're and Adam Schneider will be there also as part of it to celebrate.
Yeah.
And people who are
we lost your sound.
That's really funny. I don't know why we lost him. It is that we can't hear you, Dave. I'll tell him by text that we can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm not showing anything odd here. He was just 1 second he was there and 1 second.
Yeah. No, can't hear you. Very odd.
Let me take you out and bring you. I don't know if that'll do it anything, but let me take you out and.
Well, Dave came. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
I'm just going to take him out and bring him back, or maybe.
Okay. No, he's still gone. Can you hear us? Yeah. Nod if you can hear us. He can't hear us either. Wow.
That's interesting. I've never had that happen. David, why don't you just go out and come back?
Okay.
Take yourself out and come back. Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Oh, so let me continue here while waiting for Dave to come back. Yeah. And the christening is available on our Kickstarter. You can buy a ticket to be in the room when that happens. And you get your picture with George and Walter, and that'll be an event that happens once ever.
How's that?
Hey, he's back.
Better. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I am on my phone and in a remote location, so it got a little stupid.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Let me get you out of the bandwidth. Okay, we were just saying, thank God he's gone. No.
Right. Just got rid of the guy.
I'd like that. Did Larry reverse the polarity? No, he cross-circuited to B.
Yes, thank you.
That reference.
It was merely my cross-circuiting. Like, hey, who people? We've had a line for far longer. It's just as long. No, what I was going to ask was, you had this very specific date, September 19th. Was that driven by I was curious why you either did or did not want to aim for Star Trek Day in the 60th, a couple weeks later.
There's that is movie star contracts. Plain and simple. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when George and Walter were available, and we would have liked to have done that. We got as close as we could to it. Let's say that. There was also an issue that day happens to be like the day after Labor Day weekend, and it would have been a difficult day to pull off a big event with how booked up everything is in the area. So there was some of that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Ticonderoga is right next to Lake George, which is a very popular summering spot for folks. And it was already we're looking at the 8th for quite a while. And then the contracts moved. It's like, that solves our problem.
Yeah. Well, the other silver lining is there'll be lots of stuff happening over the day weekend.
Yeah.
And this way you're not lost in the shuffle. Maybe you've got your own bandwidth to be. Here's an echo for all of you still wishing it was Star Trek Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that's a great point. We can continue the party, and but we're very fortunate that we were able to get George and Walter, and we felt that was an important thing to try to pull off to make it a cool event,
And it's still it'll be the 60th anniversary of some episode of Star Trek. Right. What was the 3rd episode of Star Trek? It'll be the 60th anniversary of that.
If you waited till the 60th anniversary of the first airing appearance, since that was like midway first season, it'd be the middle of winter, and you don't want that.
For the 50th anniversary, I watched every episode on its exact 50th birthday. So it took 3 years, but I watched every episode. I mean, I think I may try to do it again on the 60th, but maybe we'll show whatever episode was airing that weekend. On the bridge or something.
Well, what is planned for that weekend then? Do you have plans together yet, or is it too early for that part of it?
Yeah. There's I should say that this is basically, it's like 2 science fiction conventions taking place at the same convention center. So we'll be doing the Galileo weekend part of it, and there's going to be a regular Trekland or Star Trek event going on at the same time. We're calling it a Galileo weekend, but there will be tours, and there'll be star chats and panels and all that kind of stuff. That's usually at an event at the set tour going on as well as our stuff. But we're going to have chats in the room. So if you want to sit down with like 10 of your friends and have a conversation with George Takei with the Galileo in the hangar, that's on our list of things you can pick up. Chats with George, chats with Walter. We're having a pizza party with the designers. So if you want to meet the Akutas and Doug Drexler and Darren Dockerman, we're having a pizza party. You can join that as well. Meet those folks. And those are people who design Star Trek, who love Star Trek. They'll talk your arm off about Star Trek.
And all have been really vested in this because they are Star Trek fans. And Mike Akuta and Denise Akuta, I think, were one of the ones that helped us kind of like go, yeah, we can do this. They were like, we're behind you. Yeah. And that's a big thing to say,
Yeah, the patch in our package of goodies was designed by Mike Akuta. Mike designs patches for NASA and for television, and he's done one for us. Kind of backing they're giving us. Yep.
So you're in good company. I was diving into the guys. I am sorry. I had a hiccup with YouTube last week. We're on Facebook and Twitch, but apparently YouTube is not going live now, and my YouTube is showing, it says streaming. So I'm saying this to the audience. I thought we could dive back into the chats and see. So everybody's coming over on Twitch and Facebook, which is good.
Okay.
A lot of people on spring break. Yeah.
I saw somebody was asking for the link, and thank you. Somebody put up the link.
People have been putting the link in. Yeah.
If you go to Kickstarter,
I love you guys.
If you go to Kickstarter and search Galileo, you'll find it. It's
here we go.
Yeah, and I think when I blinked out, we were talking about there's some slots still for people to be able to be at the dedication event, and they are special slots. If you want to be in on the celebration, then you want to get in on our Kickstarter and do that.
Yeah, I am.
And Brian, are there any relics of the 11-foot model, speaking of, left?
There are. Last time I looked, there were still 4. So something that we were able to get our hands on, thanks to James, back when they were restoring the original 11-foot filming model of the Enterprise, back in '91, in order to change out a piece of the display of the nacelles, they had to grind out the center of the nacelle, and the wood chips that came out of that were saved. And I have them. I've got 10 baggies of them over here. And so we've designed a plaque with a little piece of the original Enterprise with a little piece of the original Galileo that we have as part of an add-on package. So you pick any one of our tiers, even if it's just a hat or just a $7 sponsorship. You jump over to add-ons, and there's a piece of, you get a piece of just a shuttle, or you get a piece of the original Enterprise and the shuttlecraft together.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Here's an actual, I don't know if we answered this or not, but Captain Calvin is across the pond. What was the moment where you thought, yes, we will do that. We'll
restaurant the ship.
We'll restaurant the ship.
Well, I think I know the intent of that question.
Yeah. Was there like, it clicked? We were talking generically here, but was there
the honest click for me, I'm not sure with Brian, was this like, and it's really fun when you're on the Star Trek tour and you're in the corridor or someplace and you feel like you're on the ship. And the Akutas were there, Mike and Denise, and we're talking in the hallway. And that was that moment where I was like, what do you guys think of this idea we have? And they were like, we are 100% behind it. What do you need? that was the click moment, and that was when they were there for Shatner in November, and you're standing there in the hallway of the Enterprise, and it was a click moment. Yeah,
yeah. Dave came up to me and said, James has worked out the easement in front of the building, and we can build a shuttle bay hangar, but we have to do a Kickstarter. And I went, okay, let's do it. The best thing in the world if you're doing a Kickstarter is to put Star Trek in front of it.
Yeah,
Star Trek Kickstarters do really well, so I knew we'd be fine. I knew we'd be fine. In fact, we're more than fine, which is why we're stretching out to make this as fantastic as we can. Because Star Trek fans are lining up to help us.
Yeah. We still are nervous, but I'm with everybody's help. If we can pull off this volume wall, that's the thing that's going to be exciting. Yeah. But yeah, that was the click moment. It really was like, I'll never forget it. It was the Okudas are wonderful people, and you're standing there with them, and they were both so emphatic and so sincere about it. It was like, yeah, this can work. We can do it. And James is behind. He's like, I got this worked out. And with Brian, I would never have done it without Brian. And the two of us doing it together has been the amazing thing. Yeah.
And actually, well, we can plug our own broadcasts. This Sunday, the countdown to the end is this Sunday. It's East Coast time, 10 a.m. to noon. Will be the countdown when we're finishing this up, and we're gonna make it like a telethon. We're bringing the Okudas on. We're bringing Doug Dexter on. We're bringing.
Now wait. So this is what now? This is
Sunday.
Conjunction for the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. For the end of the Kickstarter, the last 2 hours of the Kickstarter. Yeah, we're gonna count down like a telethon and bring on the Okudas. They're gonna talk about it. And Doug Drexler and Darren Dockerman and James, if we can get him. He's got an event going on that weekend in Ticonderoga, so maybe we can get him. But we're gonna count down, try to sell the last few things that are remaining, pieces of the Enterprise, and
then celebrate.
And then celebrate that we finished. Yeah.
And this is what time then?
This is 10 a.m. East Coast time,
which is a little early for you guys.
Which is when we begin, and we're going to end at noon East Coast time, Sunday afternoon.
Okay, so 10 to noon Sunday Eastern.
Eastern, yeah.
7 to 9 Pacific, I guess.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Mike Okuda is being very gracious to get on at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fudge and go 7:15.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is out of the crowdfund. This is out of the Kickstarter page, or?
Yeah. Well, our friend is going to help us do it. I'll do the live broadcast, and but all the announcements will be up on Kickstarter. Yes.
And the links will be on the Kickstarter page, and we have a Facebook page, Project Galileo 7. That will have the link, and then also we'll announce it on Kickstarter as well, the link, so people can link to it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here's a question. Captain Calvin's always good with his questions.
Yeah.
What was your first Star Trek episode, and what's your favorite?
And Larry too. Yeah.
Do you
first Star Trek episode? So I'm just old enough to have seen a little bit of the original series on original broadcast, but it was past my bedtime. So I only watched the first half hour. And then my dad would tell me on the way to school the next day how it ended. Of course, it always ended with Captain Kirk saved the day and everybody's fine. So.
A few times Spock, once McCoy, once Scotty.
But it's very, I can't remember what the first episode was, but my favorite episode, of course, is the Galileo 7. It's got to be the Galileo 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'd be hard to say for me. When I first started watching, we had a black and white television. I had no idea it was in color. So it started in black and white as a kid, and I've been a fan ever since. And there are favorite episodes that I like to concentrate on because of my work, recreating things from them.
Mm-hmm.
So certain episodes are interesting to me in terms of work related. Like, come on, Mirror Mirror is great on its own, but then making a working Tantalus field is pretty fun to concentrate on. And
No, wait, how working a Tantalus feels.
yeah, well, yeah. It's pretty realistic.
We can't get a transporter to work, but we've made the Tantalus. Like, what?
Yeah. It makes all. It looks just like it. The screen moves up and it makes all the sounds, but no one disappears yet. Okay.
Yeah.
But we're working on that.
Working on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll work on it. But yeah, there's such great episodes. Conscious of the King is a favorite of mine. You know, that's
because of the observation deck, right?
Yeah.
Well, so
here's got the observation deck.
Dave, one of the things Dave did was he made all the wall panels work in that when you hit the button, a conversation will begin from an episode.
Yeah.
And right next to the Jeffries tube is the conversation that Kirk has with the administrator on K7 during the Trouble with Tribbles with Barris.
Yep.
And we noticed there's a panel next to it that at the time didn't light up, that lit up. And this is the kind of fun stuff. When you're researching, you look at that panel, and what they had done is it's clearly a bright light shining on the back of it and a guy with a flag waving it up and down, making the lights go up and down, like they're blinking, because it's just a guy waving a light flag. So we went in and did that display, but that's what it does. It goes just like a light, that's the kind of stuff we do on the set. Is the sound stuff.
What you're recreating? What effect from the original with that?
Yeah, to make it look, Brian did an amazing job of what he did was there's a light panel on the Star Trek studio set that was there but had never been lit, and Brian did the job of making it look like there's a guy in the back waving the thing. He wanted to get the same effect. But
originally it was just a light with a guy blocking the light up and down to make it look like the lights were blinking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we try to strive for. I mean, James is obsessed with detail. Yeah. We have a great time there. We're so far down the rabbit hole, we don't even know the way back anymore. You know, it's just like,
right? Oh, Star Trek fan. Okay.
Yeah.
This is where we tell the story about James. So the hallway of the Enterprise is most people's favorite part, because when you walk down the hallway, there's that curve and you really feel like you're on the Enterprise. And they built the sets back in the day the same way they're built there then, with all the rooms off the hallway. Mm-hmm. So you can walk around like you're walking on the Enterprise, but you're walking down the hallway, it really feels like Star Trek. But one of the gentlemen who works at Roddenberry.com is in charge of building the 3D goggle walk around of every Enterprise. So he's starting with the original series. He walked down the hallway and went, the orange and the walls aren't tall enough. James yanks out the blueprints and shows him this is how high the walls were. And he goes, and this guy who's got a vast library goes, no, what they must have done is they built it and they must have then said, oh, I can still see the light. Let's raise the walls. And they never changed the blueprint. Right. And what did James do? He cut the tops of all the walls off and raised them up the 3 feet they're supposed to go up and repainted the entire set. 2 people in the world knew that his set wasn't correct.
It was an immense job he just finished, where he tore up the whole corridor.
I saw that. I saw him posting.
Yeah. And it looks gorgeous. There's a rich detail there on these the gantries that go across. People didn't realize that they were actually lit. And then James was able to show that they were lit and then build them so that they're lit. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy rich detail. Yeah. Yep. Super fun. Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, I can answer this. Yeah, Captain. It's easy to play all the shuttle. That's an idea for your weekend. Play all the shuttlecraft episodes of various.
Yeah. Actually, there's only 4 or 5 episodes where you see the exterior of the shuttlecraft. Mm-hmm. Of course, the interior was a separate set. The interior does not fit inside.
And does
not fit inside. It's a TARDIS. Yeah. Like, it's not going to fit inside there.
There you go. Looky there. This is on a time delay.
Thank you, Ed. Yeah. Really, we appreciate it.
Let's see.
And every little bit helps. Don't think because you can't buy the biggest package that you aren't going to help. Right. We have a $7 level. We have a $25 level. We have a $50 level. So if you can get in there and help, please do.
So thank you, Ed, and Dr. Dave too. Thank you for running there.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
Running the link. The whole thing is amazing.
Yeah,
It
it
is.
is. It really is. When we the Galileo had been wrapped like a boat and then in storage,
Mhm.
and we arranged for a place for it to be so it could be worked on and a little bit of touch up. And we were there that day to get it moved in there, which was no small feat, right, Brian? Because it's
Yeah.
like a really big, heavy thing.
It is.
And
Weighs a lot.
but when the wrap came off, and we're standing in front of this thing, it was amazing. It was stunning. Yeah, it was, and it's big, even though it's 2/3 size, it's still big.
It's big. Yeah.
It's big and it's heavy, and these nacelles are huge. And a lot of people talk about how there's nothing left of the original shuttle, but the thing is, the bottom frame is all original, and the nacelles people don't realize are all original.
That's all steel. It's all the original
Yeah.
steel. Yeah.
They are, and
Yeah.
she's there, and the original handle we were looking at that some stagehand would use off to the side to move the doors and open them. I think that it's still part of the armature, and inside there where somebody would be in there, like doing that. It was stunning to see it unwrapped, and it was really moving. Yeah.
And Cairo's in Vienna, but you all mentioned this. The shuttle is still owned by Space Center Houston, and Ty has the license, and Star Trek Tour has the license from.
Right. Basically, it's being loaned from one museum to another, like you loan a painting or some other exhibit. So it's on loan from NASA to the Star Trek exhibit museum. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's Cairo. Question for David and Brian. What or how much of the shuttle has been needed to... Oh, well, we were just talking.
Basically, if you look at the shuttle, it's dark gray in the bottom half and light gray in the top half. The dark gray part was all steel frame, and the nacelles and the wings, that's all steel. And the stuff above that was a wooden frame, and a lot of that had to be reworked. I reckon it too. There's a very famous Ferrari that crashed in Le Mans and burned. But they saved the engine and the chassis, and they rebuilt it, and it's still that same Ferrari. Even though it had burned, it's still the same racing Ferrari. It's still worth $20 million. So this is our Ferrari. Yeah.
It's I think the big thing too is the loving care that Adam Schneider and his wife Leslie put into restoring it in 2012 and 13 is a huge thing, and it was done beautifully. And we just have a little bit of work touching up and some paint and a little bit of restore. It's nothing terrible.
And it's the kind of thing that Space Center Houston is the owner, but they don't mind. I mean, that kind of thing. It's not like you have to call and say, I'm going to touch up this corner.
So the nacelles still have the giant sticker on it that says, do not climb on or sit on this exhibit.
Yes. I mean, this is a museum icon, and they had it in a lunchroom, and now it has all these like do not step on stickers on it that we're going to be taking off. Well, look, here's the thing. Adam Schneider is on the board with the nonprofit center. So he is our liaison and our representative for that. So one of the things we did is, as is appropriate, we had him down there to meet with James and us and to look over the Galileo and to go over the whole project. So everybody's in lockstep on this.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Cairo. The moment when you most felt on the Enterprise is stepping into the hallway in Ticonderoga Road.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's super fun.
If you folks haven't been there, get there. It is amazing. It's grown men cry when they walk on the set.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. And the thing that James did once it became a tour is take the open wall and imagine a fourth wall and close all the rooms in. And that imagined wall was done beautifully in each room, and it really feels like you're in there now, and you're in these contained spaces. And then, it's something. Okay.
Well, listen, guys, that's been close to an hour, but this is awesome. Again, congratulations. I'm going to see if I can put the just Kickstarter for Galileo, gang. Let me run.
Yeah, the
it's link. There's the link.
The
if
link
you
is so
need it
long
spelled
because
out.
Kickstarter makes it that long. I didn't have a choice on that, but yeah, if you just go to Kickstarter and search Galileo, it'll pop right to the top.
And again, you're way over goal, but you're doing all these stretch goals. So right now, the last stretch goal is what are you working on?
Well, we want to get to the video wall. We want to get to 275 would get us a video wall. If we're lucky enough to get to like 325, we could do a high quality video wall that would be like high def.
Because video walls are like televisions. The more you spend, the more dots you get, the higher the definition of the picture. So
awesome. Well, listen, thank you guys for coming by. I hopefully, like I said, not there at the beginning, and you thankfully didn't need it to get over the basics, but maybe we can get into that final stretch goal, get you around the final turn across the finish line.
Yeah, thanks. I enjoyed meeting you in 2012 in person years ago, and
wow, the time was it?
It was at Walter Koenig's Star event, and
okay. I was going to say I was in Ticonderoga in 2005 when they were still shooting.
Oh wow, yeah. But in 2012, I met you in LA at that event, and I appreciate everything you do, and we very much appreciate you bringing us on board for this. We care about this immensely. So
well, that's obvious. We all care about it, but you guys are in there doing the heavy work of volunteering, which is
will you be in Vegas again this year? I saw you there last year.
Every year. That's year. That's one.
We'll be there. We'll see you there. We'll look you up.
Okay, we'll get an in-person catch up. Maybe we'll do a live or something too while we're there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much for joining. Everybody, hang on. I'm gonna bid goodbye to our guests, and everybody go over. Last chance to jump in with the perks, and one more time. It's Sunday from 10 to noon Eastern
time.
Yes.
The countdown to the end of the crowdfund. There's still some perks available. You can still help them get to the final stretch goals.
Yep.
There's still
Doug Drexler,
Darren
Dockerman, maybe some others. We'll see who comes on board.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it like a old-fashioned telethon 2 hours. We thought it'd be fun. And count it down so people can join us. They can get the link on Kickstarter. Yeah. What's that?
I said, let's look at the tote board. Yeah.
Look at the tote board.
You need to have a drugged Jerry Lewis impersonator.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much. Good luck.
Okay.
And we'll see you down the line one way or the other.
All right. Bye, Larry.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was a lot of fun. And again, here business-wise, don't know what's going on with the YouTube. This week, I show it streaming. If I could reverse camera, I would show you my panel. It says streaming, and I don't know what's going on. Last week, it said not streaming. I turned it on, and I got a piece. It actually recorded a chunk of the question. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's recording. But that said, thanks, everybody, for joining. Thanks for your patience coming over to Facebook. And thank you for taking part, and some of you even jumping in there to help with the tail end of the Kickstarter for that. Let me just say, though, that we're going to call it here. I love everybody being with us again for a Tuesday. I got to thank all of our Patreons. I didn't update this, so I've got folks to put on. I'm double sorry. We will get it done next week. But yes, I'm going to thank all of my existing Patreons, and we'll get those of you not there yet. But hey, thank you so much for Chuck A. and James Kerwin and people who can hold a sign straight. Yay. Hey, Diana Hopkins, Halbert Gunjanssen, Lawrence Todd, Chris Jiggins, Mitch Keith Rombach, Josh Patton, Pranakasha Productions, J.R. Poole, Comedy Forecast. It's blowing in the wind. See, I'm doing the lunar flag effect here. Andrew Jazimski, thank you guys for being TTLers. And for our live wires, that's Gary Williams, Robert McLean, Byron Bailey, David Greff, MJ Frug, Chris Garris, Brandon Coles, Dave Gregory, Jesse at Crusher Convo, Donna S. Runyon, and Casey Shafsky. Hey, give you a little bit of time. Guys, if you want to get up on my simple, we're so lens flary today. Wow. Patreon.com/Trekland Live. Very simple Patreon that I can carry it on there. Thanks so much. Not to be confused with the Patreon for the Trek Files. Yes, Trek Files is on hiatus this week. The last 14 seasons are up for you to catch at thetrekfiles.com or wherever fine podcasts are sold or downloaded. At thetrekfiles.com, our page at Memory Alpha, you can get all the recorder right there. Plus, of course, it's the only place you can get the documents of the week. So check that out. And also, in hiatus, Trekophiles Tonight, which is our live community meetup for a couple hours every other Monday at 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. That will be ongoing through hiatus, and that will be next week starting. So you can get there. It's $1 a month to join the Patreon for Mission Log and the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Get that, $1 a month. And you can come on not only live, our message boards, and then live every other Monday, but you can access all the message boards, all the channels, and the live shows for all the different Roddenberry podcasts, and a lot of podcasts, a lot of meetups that are only just meetups on Discord. So that's the Roddenberry Mission Log Patreon. Check that out. It's $1 a month minimum, and you can access all that too. Yeah. And of course, this is your place. I've got people asking me now. We're getting into the spring. It's the 60th. The TreklandTreks.com, your customized away mission around SoCal. That is just you and your party and me for a day. 4 sites that you pick out with my help, so it makes sense, and a quick lunch. But even more than that, and we're coming down to the deadline for the cutoff, we need minimum 10 people only for the Enjoying Trek sites. Yep, with Hollywood to Star Trek to STLV, myself and Terrace. And look at our guest stars over here. More to come. We're working on that right now here to kick off the ending. Hey, it's 10 to 12, 20 people. It's the week before Vegas Con. We start in LA. We go to film sites. There's actors coming to be our guest. It's geeknationtours.com is the promoter there. Check out geeknationtours.com. But I'm aboard as well as Terrace. I'll be your ringleader there for that as well. And of course, on the socials, it's just at Larry Nemecek on the Twitter X, on the Blue Sky, and it's Larry's Trekland on Facebook, Instagram, and yes, YouTube. Gonna have to check that out. Portal47.net is your backstage pass to all things Star Trek. The good stuff. This thing with YouTube has really got me bugged, so we're gonna check it out and see. I think everybody has, hey, and thank you, David. David got in the chat there to say a thanks. We will see what's going on with YouTube between now and next week. Otherwise, gang, thanks for coming by. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for supporting David and Brian there with the with the crowdfunding for the Galileo. And I will be back next Tuesday, maybe with a guest. We're going to be very guesty this next month. Some are lining in and some are just happening by. So as we wrap up, are you watching Star Trek Starfleet Academy? We're going to have another 4 or 5 months here at least of no fresh Trek on screen. So we'll see what the world brings us. While the outside world plays its petulant self, we'll see what we're doing here in Trekland and have some space to recharge and rest up for what lays ahead on the outside. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here with me. We'll fix YouTube, see what's going on with that. And we will catch you later, gang. Yes. And until next Tuesday, until I see folks live, like at WonderCon, 6 p.m. Saturday, we're going to be talking about Starfleet Academy with a great panel and the meta reaction to it. Yes, indeed. That's 6 p.m. on the Saturday of WonderCon if you're there. Also, we're panelizing. I'm leading a great panel on the anniversary, the 30th anniversary of Trials and Tribulations with some guest stars. Am I ahead of the official announcing? I don't know, but I'm one of the panels for Trek Talk 6 to once again. It's a webathon to benefit the Hollywood Food Coalition and all their nationwide, not just local, efforts to combat hunger and fight food scarcity. That's awesome. Both on the same day, March 28th. And then the year is off and running. Things are happening. Can't wait to see you all. Look for me on Trek Culture now also. We've got one special out, one other, and there's more to come. Vasquez Rocks is the subject. If you haven't seen it yet, please check that out. Woo! Congratulations to all the Star Trek winners at the Saturns. That was an amazing sight to see. And there we go. There we go. Back here next week, gang. So until then, please stay healthy, do all the things. Please stay awoke, check the sources, and trek well, everybody.